Pay-per-view for Counter-Strike is a hot topic right now and one I believe needs to be discussed in an objective manner. It has been clear to most people that organizations backing the professional teams in Counter-Strike are running a loss-making business. This is often attributed to the players having inflated salaries, which is making the current model of running a professional team unsustainable. As the scene currently stands, professional teams earn money through sponsors. The organizations promise that by advertising on their team's jerseys, websites, or through content pieces, the products made by the sponsors will sell more than they would without the teams advertising them. This money is then used by the organizations for acquiring the best players they can afford and keeping these players with them through contracts and fixed salaries. Similarly, tournament organizers like Blast and ESL are also dependent on the same revenue model, and this has been going on for far too long. Presently, the situation is that these sponsors are now realizing that all the advertising money that they have spent on these teams and tournament organizers isn't creating a significant increase in revenue for them, with which they could justify that spending on advertisement. With that in mind, sponsors are now starting to pull out on their spending, not only for professional teams but also for the organizers of events. This finally brings us to the topic at hand, the pay-per-view revenue model. Now there isn't a definitive way that I can say that pay-per-view will be implemented, but by my own observations, the general consensus is that you either pay a small amount for a viewership pass and you get to watch the whole event without ads, or you pay nothing and maybe get a VOD 24 hours after the event has finished. You can be pedantic about it in the comments, but that is the definition I will be using for now. The attitude of the community has been overwhelmingly dismissive towards this model, and the point that I hear most frequently is that many people will stop watching the pay-per-view tournaments, which will cause the viewership numbers to drop, causing more sponsors to drop out, and the tournament organizers and teams will lose even more money because pay-per-view revenue will not be enough to sustain them. In my opinion, it is too early to draw such conclusions because we have not yet tested this model in Counter-Strike, and it is unclear if the costs of paying subscribers will be enough to cover costs of the tournament as well as the teams, given that we do not know to what capacity pay-per-view will be implemented and what the cost of subscription will be. However, there are certain suggestions that I have, which are: segregate the live streams based on advertisement and resolution. This means paying subscribers get access to 1440p and 4K streams and with no ads. Free viewers get ads and the maximum resolution for them to watch would be 1080p. Find better ways for subscribers to interact with the tournament. For example, when a good play is made by a player, Twitch chat starts to spam the POG emote, and all that basically does is that Twitch chat gets crowded with too many POG emotes. Now, say there is a different system for the paying subscribers where they can press and hold on a specific emote, and if a certain threshold of that is reached, that emote is subtly displayed on the tournament screens and can actually affect some part of the viewing experience. Let viewers access items specific to an event such as sprays for the entire duration of the event by coordinating with Valve. This has been done with the last major of CSGO already, and given that CS2 will be more customizable, it could be something that tournament organizers can attempt to do. This was my opinion on the pay-per-view model for Counter-Strike. Do subscribe if you want more such content and make sure to let me know in the comments about what you think about my opinion. Thank you.